Hey YA nerds, my name is Kaye and I like to read a lot, and today I want to talk to you all about Emergency Contact by H.K. Choi. Well, there we go. How do I get it to not do that? So this book I read a while ago and I just kind of figured I might as well talk about it because I bought it at Barnes & Noble because the covers look really pretty, and you all know how much I love a pretty cover, so figured we should review it. This book was published March 27th, 2018, and it is 394 pages. It was also nominated for the Goodreads Choice Award in 2018 for YA fiction, so those are all the details we have about that. Let's talk about the plot. So Emergency Contact follows Penny as she is getting ready to go away to college. She decides to go to a place that is just far enough away so her overbearing mother can't bother her all the time, but close enough to home so that her mom is okay with her going. And this is a big step for Penny because, again, her mother's really overbearing, and she does have, you know, some deep, dark trauma going on that you don't really find out until later on in the book. While she's at school, she makes friends with her new roommate who brings her to a coffee shop where she meets Sam, the love protagonist in this story, who also has a ton of issues. And the two of them kind of connect together in a very interesting way, and they become friends, and then they become emergency contacts. Now, to be an emergency contact, all they do is exchange phone numbers, and then from there, they just text incessantly until they fall in love. It's a pretty interesting concept in my opinion, and when I read the inside cover of this book, I was like, sounds really cool. And yeah, that's the whole plot of this. I'm trying to really bang out the review today. Alright, so Tropes. This is a list I compiled from a bunch of their lists. You guys can probably tell I have a little bit different setup going on. I'm trying a couple of different new things, so I'm going to keep looking this way because that's where my script is. Eventually I will find the perfect setup and these videos will be way easier for me, but anyway. So the Tropes are a list of themes that are compiled using the internet, other librarians' resources, and some friends. Hi, Tessa. And every week I like to assign tropes to different books, specifically because it makes it easy to recommend books to people. I know when people read fan fiction, they like certain tropes in their fan fiction, and I feel like the same can be applied to YA fiction, and other fiction, just fiction in general. It's hard to do tropes for nonfiction, just because they don't usually fall into tropes, though when I do review nonfiction, as you have seen, I try to apply those things as well, just because it makes it interesting, I guess. So for Emergency Contact, we have broken family units. Penny doesn't have a dad and she's troubled by it, and Sam's family is messed up in many different ways. We also have the Brooding Bad Boy. Sam is kind of a bad boy. He's covered in tattoos. That doesn't make someone bad. But he kind of doesn't follow any of the rules of normal society. He kind of stands outside of it, so he's kind of viewed as the bad boy. He's also very brooding, but again, his home life and his family life and his history suck, so I get it. Clueless Adults. I feel like this is a trope for a lot of YA fiction. There are some adults in this series, in this book rather, specifically Penny's mother, who are completely clueless, have no clue how to help their kid or do anything else for that matter. Mr. Tall, Dark, and Perfect, Sam. Although Penny views him as perfect at first, and then he has a panic attack in front of her, and then that kind of thing goes away, which I think is good. It's a more realistic interpretation of teens. Only one friend in the world. So Penny doesn't have any friends until she gets to college, and her one friend is her roommate, and there's weird drama with that because her roommate's friend is weird. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe that one. Overbearing Parents. Penny's mother needs her to survive, which is not okay, and that's not healthy, and it's explored pretty much in depth in this book, so it's yeah, pretty cool. Let's see. Straight as an Arrow. There's not really any gay people in this, at least not that I remember. I did read it last year, so or 2 years, a year and a half ago. I don't remember there being any gay people. I would have clocked it. I would have been like, aha! So this book unfortunately gets straight as an arrow. I know, weird for me to review a book that's not queer. Ha! Switching point of view, so this book goes back and forth between Sam and Penny, back and forth, and we follow both of them, a kind of first-person perspective, I'm pretty sure, on both of them. And the last one is Unnecessary Romance. I know this is a rom-com. I think we could have had this story be the same even if Penny and Sam wound up being friends at the end. I'm sorry if that's a spoiler. They wind up together. Oh no, who knew? So every rom-com ever ends. I think they could make good friends together, even if there wasn't a romance in it. So that's kind of what I mean with this one, the unnecessary romance. I think Penny and Sam, I think they start as friends, and I think that's good foundation to a good relationship, and so I won't knock it for that. But I also think they could just stay friends. But that's me. That's my opinion. Opinions aren't fact. So, yeah, so that's it for the tropes. Let me know if you guys think of any tropes, if you want me to add anything to the list, the ever-growing list, and maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Next one is the relax. One day I will have a theme song. For now, we're just gonna sing relax, 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 relax. That one was pretty good. I'm gonna get a theme song one day. It's gonna happen. I know people who do music. It's gonna happen. So, as always with the real likes, we're gonna take one read-alike from Goodreads and one read-alike from Novelist, and one from me because I need to be a better librarian and recommend books to people. Also, I just really like shoving books down people's throats. Obviously, since I have a YouTube channel where I review books. So, for this book, for Emergency Contact, we have Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. As far as I know, it kind of follows almost the same formula as Emergency Contact, but I think it takes place on Twitter instead of texting. There's a lot of texting in Emergency Contact, which is not a bad thing. It's just, it's the way that the book's formatted. But I think Tweet Cute kind of does almost the same thing. You know, two people kind of meet and then they're on Twitter together or something like that. I think that's what it is. I forgot to look it up because I'm the worst. So that's that one. That's from Goodreads. From Novelist, we have Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. There's been a lot of talk about Eleanor and Park recently, because it is kind of racist. I have not read the book. I cannot make any informed decision about it, but I think the rom-com elements from both of these stories kind of resonate together, so I understand where Novelist is coming from. Also, I feel like in Eleanor and Park, isn't Eleanor like fat or something? And so she's got like problems with that or something, because Penny's got like issues and Sam has issues. And so I kind of see pairing two characters who have issues together, and that's relative to each other. That makes sense to me. And then the one from me is a book called 10 Things I Can See From Here by Carrie Mack. This book I read a while ago. It's not a straight romance, but it is a rom-com. It's about two girls who fall in love together, but one of them has like crazy anxiety, like such high anxiety that there are some things that happen in her life where she like has a meltdown. And so it's about like falling in love, but also falling in love with someone who appreciates you in spite of your problems, I guess. That's a really bad way to phrase that. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So these two books I feel like kind of resonate with each other. There's not a lot of texting in 10 Things I Can See From Here, but the thing that I feel like connects them in my head specifically is that in Emergency Contact, Penny kind of reaches out to Sam and helps him tamper down his anxiety, and he kind of does the same for her in a way. And I feel like in 10 Things I Can See From Here, the main character's love interest, of course I cannot remember anybody's names right now, but the love interest helps the main character with her anxiety in bringing it down, tamping it down using like some CBT techniques. So there's my connection. If you've read any of these books, you know, and you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I am still keeping an eye on the comments, though for some reason some comments are not getting through to me. I'm sorry, YouTube is weird sometimes. But yeah, so that's it for my read-alikes. Let me know what you think. If you hate them, you love them, you've read them, you have a recommendation for me, you can let me know in the comments, and I'll add it to the list. So I've been kind of like cavalier talking about this book, and that's why this review is going like really fast. This is going to be one of my shortest reviews. I feel like I have a tendency to like really talk a lot about books that I love, and then when we get to a book I'm not really a fan of, it's like a quick review. I know that they're rare. I usually give every book a 10 out of 10 because I love reading and I don't finish books unless I love them. I didn't like this book. I'm giving it a 4 out of 10, which I know sounds crazy. I just hated it, kind of. There are aspects of it that I can appreciate. I can appreciate Sam and Penny's relationship, and I can appreciate, you know, how they're there for each other, but there's a bunch of it I didn't really enjoy. It kind of felt like there was too much drama, almost. I understand people are, complicated. I'm an adult, I get that. But I don't know, it's kind of meh for me. I know H.K. Choi, the author, she's published like a bunch of rom-coms like this. I think she's got 3 books out or something, and a lot of people rave about them, and that's kind of why I gave this one a shot, but it really just wasn't for me. I don't know how else to explain it. That's my whole review. 4 out of 10 wasn't for me. I'll give it a try if you like straight rom-coms. Maybe that was my problem with it. You know, I don't think it's a bad book. I think it was well written, even though a lot of it was like just text conversations. But it's just, unfortunately, not my jam. Anyway, that's it for this review. Let me know what y'all think, or don't. Subscribe if you want to, or don't. Comment if you want to, or don't. Like if you want to, or don't. It's a free country, you do whatever you want. And I guess I will see you guys next time, so peace out, YA nerds.